guys, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Now, as the crisis between Governor Fubara and Wike seemingly comes to an end, Nigerians have reacted from different quarters, especially having observed what happened in Aso Rock. And one of them that has gained media attraction in the early hours of today is the word of Rufai, Useni and Dr. Reuben Abati of Arise News. Trust me, these guys are highly intellectual. I'd like you to sit back and take a look at how they analyze the nitty-gritty surrounding the so-called peace that has been reached between Fubara and Wike, and I'll be coming back to give my own deep thoughts about it. Take a look for yourself.
As regards Fubara and Wike, the truth is, they will always settle their fights. In the first place, the fight was about the resource of the state. Now, they've been able to untwist Fubara. It just shows that Fubara couldn't fight the hegemony, so he went on a wild goose chase. The same agreements that probably Fubara didn't want to agree before, maybe it's what they agreed now. I don't have the empirical facts. I don't like to talk in the blind, but in the dark. But probably it's that same agreement. It will not be more than, yielding to your boss and all of that. You can see I think that's Amawule, the Speaker of the House, and the factions at which they fought. So all of them are singing Kumbaya today, and it's all over. For good measure, the question we ask Fubara is that, will you just now go ahead to join APC? So that we just know that you have potted fully, or because I don't know or you still want to do this amorphous relationship that your boss Wike does, that is one leg in, one leg out. In the end, this was not about the Rivers people. So the delusion they're trying to put forward and say, oh, this is about peace, it was not about the Rivers people.
About yourself.
It's about both of them having an innate agreement. Things went south. And then Wike flexed his muscle. Obviously, in this, he came out winners because he had more might. And he has been able to set Fubara straight. And they are on the line on the part of this, their own private agreement. All of this, see, don't deceive yourself. Politicians, when they fight, it's never about you, the people. Forget it. Your prospects in life is just like one or two line items on the budget. For them, it's about themselves and their families and what they can build. So, I'm going to say congratulations to people in Rivers. What congratulations? Because they still put a sole administrator there. Despite the things we talked about, the apparition of state of emergency, still went ahead. So why do we deceive ourselves so much in this country?
Fubara meeting with Wike. Look, what Fubara has done is just to do an unconditional release, or unconditional surrender, to exhibit his cowardice. I know that before now he had gone to London to see the president and all that. He's been busy begging. Okay, so what he has done is to cop out. All those people that I see there, I know many of them. I haven't seen anybody there that is Fubara's camp.
Yeah.
It's, Wike's camp dominating the meeting.
None.
So what it means is that Fubara has done an unconditional surrender. What are the details of that surrender? We would like to know. Has he now agreed that he will bow down, kowtow to the Godfather after the fashion of the Adilabu, matter in your state? Has he also kowtowed to the extent that whatever the Godfather says is what you will agree? We would like to know what the details are. And where does this leave all those youths? Saying we are fighting for a Ijaw nation, we are fighting for Fubara, and those stomach-driven elders who were coming on television to defend Fubara. Did you consult them before going there for this unconditional, for this surrender that he has done? However, everybody is driven by their stomach. What do we eat?
Yes,
whether Godfather or the Godson, and all that. So maybe we should just look for what will happen next. Maybe now they will reinstate Fubara, and he will go back and be governor, and he will be the one to control the budget, that the National Assembly, the Senate has passed in line with Section 11, and then, of course, there will be peace hereafter. This is all about character. This is all about the politics of Nigeria and the role of godfathers. This is all about, after all, this same Fubara told us that he doesn't need the position. What he has shown, what he has demonstrated, looks like serious desperation. Even if we applaud the fact that President Tinubu is acting as a father, as a peacemaker and is trying to ensure that no part of Nigeria
What are the
is
conditions
disturbed.
of the peace?
Where does he leave Ibokete Ibas, who is enjoying the position? He's from your state. All these cross river people trying to go and do long truth in River State. Maybe the president will change his cabinet within the next month or so. He can always find something for him. He can always make him ambassador, because he has shown that he's a man that can be used to pursue whatever agenda big men ask him to pursue. They will find something for him. But I look forward to what the outcomes of this surrender by Fubara is all about.
So you've seen it for yourself. Now, a lot of Nigerians have been asking some pertinent questions. First of all, how come Fubara went to that meeting alone? Like you can see in that video, that Fubara had none of his own supporters, none of his own allies in that meeting. And how could he have negotiated when he found himself in the midst of such wolves and political giants? The truth is that, like Rufai has said, Dr. Abati has said, he has only gone to oblige to all their terms and conditions. On whose expense is that is the question. It is at the expense of River State people. I dropped a message on Facebook earlier today and I said that, see, all those data boys that have been quarreling themselves online, you've seen it for yourself that the truth is that most of these people who are in politics and making it look like it is for the interest of the state, you've seen it for yourself that it is for their own personal interest. And the earlier we find this out, the better for us. If truly they have come to terms, Rivers people are demanding that we want to know the conditions with which you came to this term. What are the conditions? First of all, I saw it on one of the blogs, even though it has not been confirmed, but I hear that President Bola Tinubu has said to Fubara, has taken one of his constitutional rights, stating that I'm going to be reinstating you on the condition that you're not going to be running for the next election. That tells you that the same thing that Fubara was running away before now, the agreement that they had laid out previously, that he said he was not going to start, he was not going to keep, it's the same thing that has happened again. You're going to come back to office and do what? And see how to implement the budget that has already been signed. And you're going to be working with local government chairmen that we all know what the outcome of the local government election is, because they have already constituted the RISEC body. We all know that you're going to be working with the Martin Ameule and his faction, who will still be taking directly from Wike. And the truth is this. Like I was telling somebody, just like yesterday when they said Wike allocated about 2,000 something hectares of land to his son. I was telling somebody and the person responded and said, where are all the IBBs and their sons? Where are all the Abachas and their sons? Where are all the former political heavyweights? The other day they went ahead to show the house of MKO Abiola, and you see that it's already getting dilapidated. All the monies that these guys looted, some dubious politicians looted, where is it today? And how come that those monies that is looted for their children, the children are not the best in town, the children are not the biggest billionaires in town today? It tells you that wealth gotten by tricks shall diminish, just like the good book says. We'd like you to do your best to drop your own thoughts in the comment section, because people are asking, how can Fubara go for that meeting alone in the midst of those wolves? And what are the conditions that they have said they have agreed to? Like somebody said something that sounded funny, that of course Fubara has agreed to perhaps go back to the 12 billion internally generated revenue. He has agreed to oblige to the terms of Wike at the expense of Rivers people. And this brings about the issue of godfatherism, which we will not be wanting to talk about on this video particularly. But please, we'd like you to do your best to drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the actions of Governor Fubara that has sparked reactions on the internet, and what you think is going to be the next action of the federal government as it has to do with the River State politics. And we shall continually be here to serve you. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Tank TV. See you on our next video. Bye for now.